For BWYellowJackets.com, I'm Brendan Gulick, joined by cross-country coach Joe Eby for probably one of our most exciting interviews of the season, because the women's cross-country team did something they've never done before in program history. They won the Great Lakes Regional Championship this past weekend. You've had several second-place finishes over the years, but this was the first time you got over the hump and won the regional out of 33 teams. The team will run at the national meet this weekend, an extremely exciting time for the program. Take us back to last weekend where all the action unfolded and sort of your emotions.
Yeah, it was, this has been a season of almost and not quites and shoulda, coulda, wouldas type of deal, and we've in workouts and races and everything, and we just haven't quite put it together on the same day at the same time. And we knew how talented we were, just based on track PRs and what we've done in the past. And as we were standing out in the field before the gun went off, I said to our assistant coach, I said, I really just hope that we run up to our abilities today. And wherever we place, I just hope that we do that. And it was kind of a surreal moment where the race seemed like it went by so fast, and it didn't take 23 minutes or whatever it ended up taking. And one of my former bosses was the one who, with about a mile to go, told me, "Oh yeah, you guys are going to make it in." And I was like, "What?" I knew we were running well. I didn't realize we were running that well. And so I went sprinting across the field and started yelling at the girls, "We're doing it, we're doing it. We just got to finish the race. You got to finish the race." And and then I moved back over to about 500 meters to go and saw him again. And I told Kelly that if she wanted to go to nationals, she had to make sure that she passed about 2 people, and she put her head down and passed them. And Bella had to hold off a couple people, and Maddie had to hold off a couple people, and Hastings came barreling through there. And then Alyssa, our freshman, was probably 3 spots behind 2 Hope girls, who's been ranked #1 in the region all year. And I told her we need the 2 orange girls in front of her, and she ended up getting both of them. And so it just came together. And the most exciting part was probably walking down, and one of my coaching colleagues was looking at his phone, and I was like, "Do you have the results?" My phone died in the cold conditions. And he said, "Yeah." He's like, "You might be pretty excited." He said, "I think you guys won the meet." And I'm like, "No way!" Went running down and gave our girls a big hug and told all them, because none of them had found out yet. And so yeah, it's pretty exciting. We finally kind of put it together, and I'm really excited to see what they can do this weekend.
To have that kind of a summation at the end of the season, to see everybody running their best, is really cool. And yet, the unpredictability of course to course, week to week, you never really know how one meet is going to translate to the next.
Yep.
What can you control going into the national meet?
I think what we did a really good job of this past weekend was we were relaxed. We had great energy on the bus. We kept it as cool, calm, and collected as we possibly could, and kept them comfortable. And we just got to do that again. And honestly, we don't feel any pressure right now. They're just going to go and have fun and run as hard as they can and see where the chips will fall. And I think we just got to continue to do that and keep them feeling as good about the situation and having as much fun as they possibly can, because that's when we really, really run well.
The Jackets are back in the national meet for the first time since 2009. I mentioned they were second place in the regional championships a number of times, but this is the first time that they've ever won the regional championship. This is a huge moment for your program. Really wish you well this weekend.
Thanks, appreciate it.
Kelly Brennan joins us now as we get ready for the National Cross Country Championships. Can you believe we're talking about the national meet? What an incredible weekend for the Yellow Jackets last year, or I should say last week. The first time in program history that this team has ever won something like that. What was it like to be a part of it and to be one of the leaders on the team?
Oh my gosh, it was amazing. I mean, to find out that it was the first time in school history was probably just like the cherry on top. It was just a great experience to be able to do that with a group of girls that has worked so hard this season and faced a lot of adversity. So it's exciting.
How about different points in the race where you kind of realized, boy, this is going well. I'm right around where my pace is. coaches around the track, and he's telling us, hey, this is kind of where everybody else is. We think we're running well. Where were some of those points in the race where you thought this was attainable?
Yeah, so at the 3K, which is exactly halfway through, is when I was feeling good and I was in the top 10, and I was like, I could individually make it, which wasn't something that I thought was quite attainable at that point. And then with about a mile left, my coach said, everyone's getting it done behind you. Like, you gotta keep pushing. And that's when I knew if I got 2 or 3 more girls, we were going. So. How
about the fact that you have had a chance to run in a national meet before? You competed at the outdoor track meet. And so while it's a different sport, look, the experience, I would imagine, at least helps you a little bit. What can you take from that track experience into this cross-country meet?
At the end of the day, it's a foot race, so pretty much the same thing. In my outdoor track experience, there was a lot of hiccups. We had postponement of my race. There was a lot of things that didn't really go my way, and I think you kind of have to get yourself in that mindset that no matter what happens, I'm going to give it my best shot, and nothing can really faze you, and I really hope to be able to bring that to the table and help my teammates as well. So,
what have you learned about yourself as a runner? You've been through a lot here the couple years that you've run at BW. I'm interested to know how you've personally grown.
I have definitely grown a lot. I mean, when I first came as a freshman, I was the only cross-country girl, really, to make it to regional, and now that I have a whole group of girls behind me, I think I've grown as a leader, and hopefully I've done a good job with that. And I've just realized that, no matter what happens during the season, all that matters really is the regional meet and being able to qualify to nationals, and if you get it done then no one's going to remember what happened at a random meet during the season, so that's really the biggest thing.
Oh, can't wait to see you run this weekend. It's going to be a lot of fun to follow the Yellow Jackets, one of 32 teams in the country still left competing. Good luck.
Thank you.